from ClarkWoods.com. This is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 99.
99 episodes go by.
Like balloons.
Yes, that's what I said.
Could you do the German version? Is it a German version?
99 Schussluftballons in a something who's halbes son to.
But 99 isn't German, right?
Wuster Hostemai.
I think that might be racist against Germans.
Homesick to I'm gonna my.
Is there like a phobia of Germans? Is that like
I was saying the lyrics to the song. I wasn't just.
You weren't just being.
I wasn't being mealy mouthed.
You weren't being.
Just making fun of.
You're not
how Germans speak. I was trying to do the words in my terrible American accent.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt had a bit about Germans. So this is episode 999. I'm Chris.
999?
No, 99. I'm Chris.
And I'm Steve.
Yes.
Oh,
it's important to get the niceties out of the way.
And just make sure if someone's like first time listening.
First time, long time.
No, first time.
We love you long time.
No. Me so honey. Whatever happened to Two Live Crew?
I don't know. That's a good question. That is a question worth research that we're not going to do.
Okay, cool.
Because
hey, if you're out there in podcast land and you want to provide us some material for next week's show, write us a small email about what happened to Two Live Crew. Yes, we could look at the Wikipedia, but that's just not as fun. We want to make you do work.
I wonder if somebody's done their dissertation on Two Live Crew. Like if there's, you could
because me so horny is one of their more tame songs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I think that.
I'm breaking the vow here.
I think Me So Honey was the only one that I had in my library. I don't know if I still have it in my library. But I would like to go through I would like to go through the hallowed.
Was it the number 2 and then live?
Yes.
Okay.
The hallowed halls of academia, and see if somewhere out there is a dissertation on Two Live Crew, and if that dissertation covers anything other than Me So Honey.
Okay, so Me So Horny, Two Live, We Want Some Pussy.
Doesn't everybody?
Pop That Pussy. That wasn't on the same album, I don't think.
Oh, I thought these were the names of albums.
No, these are the names of their songs.
Oh, okay.
Brother Marquis Side, The Fuck Shop, Face Down, Ass Up,
Okay.
Come On Babe, Get It Girl, Dick Almighty, Throw the D.
Is Dick Almighty related to Bruce and Evan?
Put Her in the Buck. What?
Put Her in the Buck.
Fuck Martinez.
That's a little bit ping pong.
The Do-Wah Diddy. Coolin', Break It On Down, and Throw the Dick.
You ever done the Do-Wah Diddy?
Do-Wah Diddy.
You ever done that?
Oh, I like this one. Another Pussy Caper. That was from their album Shake a Little Something from 1996.
Now, when they're talking about shaking a little something, are they talking about, like when you're an old man and you gotta like shake the last drops out, or are they talking about like shaking a little something, like a little butt, like a little ass? I mean, like what's the little something?
Do I have to play the fucking song?
No. I just want your educated guess.
Well, if it's the man
Your
that's
thesis.
Talking to the lady,
Hypotheses.
Maybe shake the tits or the ass. That's what I'm thinking.
But does he accomplish what he's after by talking?
Why is he talking about? He's not going to write a song about pissing. I mean, from the level of like there were 3 songs on that list that were about pussy.
Yes, no.
I think that's what they're all about.
They're all about the pussy. I get that, but by calling it a little something, I mean, if it's a little something, like, isn't that demeaning?
Why would he be talking about his own junk like that?
No. I'm saying, like, if he's talking about like a little something, like a little booty, does anybody really want to have a little booty? I understand you might not want to have a big booty. Some people might. Nothing against big booties.
Professor, what's another word for pirate's treasure? Well, I think it's booty. That's what it is. What's that? Why are you drinking?
That wasn't a One Piece reference?
No, that was not, that was a sample from a Beastie Boys album.
Oh, all right. Well, I am not so learned in the ways of the rap and the hip hop.
The hip hop. I'm not either, but I know a couple of things.
Yeah, I failed my hip hop class.
You took a hip hop class?
Yeah, didn't everybody? I mean, I think you grew up in the '90s. You had to take a hip hop class. I think I failed with distinction.
Just give me a chance to do a hip hop dance. Give me a chance to do a dance.
Yeah,
that was Homestar Runner.
You could do like the Humpty Hump, right? I know that's one, right?
That was from. Do you remember what the
Humpty Hump is a thing?
No, the movie with Dan Aykroyd with the penis nose.
No,
I think
not
Chevy Chase and Demi Moore were in it. Demi Moore.
Yes. Chevy Chase, Demi Moore.
I cast Demi on you, and you're going to lose half your health.
And I don't have any cards in my deck to. Demi Moore and Dan Aykroyd and a penis nose.
Well, Dan Aykroyd was dressed as like this really old man, and and John Candy was in it.
Oh,
it was like in the very early '90s. And they were.
Was John Candy alive in the '90s?
Yes.
Okay.
He died in like the late '90s or mid '90s or something.
Oh, Canadian Bacon.
Yeah, that was his last movie.
Rest in peace.
I think it was either Canadian Bacon or I think it was Wagons East, or was that Chris Farley? Am I mixing up Fat Guys?
You might be mixing up Fat Guys.
Is that Fat Guyist?
That might be Sizest. Is it Size?
No, it's Fat Guyist.
Fat Guyist. Okay. All right.
That's the proper term.
That's the proper time. I don't know about that. Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, you're looking it up.
I'm not looking it up. I just picked up my phone because I like having my phone in my hand.
I'll read more Two Live Crew.
I have a Dan Aykroyd thing about holding my hand in my.
Here's another one. Some Hot Head. And their albums were As Nasty as They Want to Be, Move Something, Banned in the USA, Sports Weekend, As Nasty as They Want to Be Part 2. Why is it called Sports
there's a Part 2. Okay.
Back Your Ass for the 9. Mm-hmm. Back at Your Ass for the 9.
Yeah.
The Real One, Live in Concert. That's always a good one.
Okay.
Personal Private Parts. Oh, and then
is that like a follow-up to the Howard Stern movie? Personal Private Parts.
Ooh, I invented Two Live Crew. Robin.
Exit to Eden.
No, it wasn't Exit to Eden.
Coneheads.
Not Coneheads.
Okay. Charlie Chaplin? No.
You have Chevy Chase in there too?
No. I'm looking.
How many movies were Dan
Michael
Aykroyd?
Jackson, Liberian Girl. There's probably a penis.
I
on
remember
the nose
that
in there
song.
Somewhere.
That was on the Bad album. That was one of the first tapes I ever got. And then I got Weird Al's Even Worse.
My Stepmother is an Alien?
No.
That one has... wait, which is that? Yes, that is Allison Hannigan.
Wow, as a little girl?
Little girl Allison Hannigan is in My Stepmother is an Alien.
Well, that's fun.
Little girl. I don't know.
It was like...
I don't know about Dan Aykroyd with
but there was like this crazy mansion... Holy shit!
You got to figure this out because
I'll figure it out.
I'm talking about something.
Talk about something else.
Talk about something else. So, oh goodness, what can I talk about that's not going to? There might be show notes this week. I could talk about that because my computer came back.
Oh yes,
my computer came back on Saturday. And it was zippy and fast. They put an SSD drive in, which is you familiar with what an SSD drive is, Steve?
No. Could you explain that acronym for me? I got it.
It's a solid state drive. Solid state. I need to pause the story though because you've got the name.
It's called Nothing But Trouble. It was from 1991.
Okay.
Here's a picture of Dan Aykroyd. Maybe you could use this as the picture.
Oh,
his penis nose.
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about a literal penis nose.
Well, he kind of does have a penis nose,
like Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Did they make any joke? Is it Roxanne? Steve Martin has the nose, the big long nose.
I like this one that says
like
Dan Aykroyd's undisputed
of
masterpiece. Maybe use that one.
Do you think anybody
got a 4 out of 5 on Amazon, but a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes? While attempting to seduce gorgeous lawyer Diane Lightson, Demi Moore, wealthy gadabout Chris Thorne, who was played by Chevy Chase back when he had some hair on top of his head.
Did he ever?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right.
Agrees to drive her to Atlantic City, New Jersey, but when some reckless...
sleep with her for $1 million.
No, it's a different movie.
Okay.
When some reckless driving draws the attention of a deeply critical cop, played by John Candy, then...
She takes off her clothes.
More. Give me more.
Striptease.
They and the flamboyant bazillionaires who tagged along end up in the court of a grotesque and vengeful judge, Dan Aykroyd, who has a special vendetta against the wealthy and erudite. Erudite. I just learned a new word.
Yeah. That's one of the factions in Divergent.
So, what is it? Humpty shows up later in the movie.
Humpty Dumpty?
Like the guy that was Humpty Dance.
Oh.
He shows up in the movie.
Okay.
Which is why I brought up the fucking movie. Because you were bringing up Humpty Dance.
Humpty Dance. Okay, well, I'm glad you explained that because I had no idea why we were talking about that movie for so long.
Nothing but trouble. It's definitely one of those...
Trouble in Little China.
It's just one of those movies that, like... I think your brother agrees with me is one of those ones that we'll just watch if it's on. Because it's just like one of those really shitty movies that's great.
Yes, like most Dan Aykroyd movies.
Yeah, well, no. A lot of his... there's a lot of, like... I don't know if you recall a little ditty called Caddyshack 2.
I have not seen it.
You've never seen Caddyshack 2?
No, I've never seen Caddyshack 1.
Caddyshack 1 is a great movie.
I have heard.
I was watching... We were at somebody's going away party for work, and... we were at some bar, and of course they always have to have the fucking golf channel on at every fucking bar ever. Luckily, like we went out last night.
My dad bets on golf. It's an interesting thing to hear about all weekend long.
Oh God. Well, like we went out last night. Well, we went for lunch for Father's Day with my dad, and then lunch or dinner for Father's Day with Becky's dad. And the place we were at, of course, had fucking golf on, and so we were sitting at the bar waiting for people to get there, and so like there was some people sitting next to us, and somebody had pushed some button on a remote, and it showed like the two channels next to where we were, and it was like beach volleyball was one of the options, like it was like prelims for the Olympics. And I'm like, let's watch that.
Beach volleyball.
We could watch bikini girls instead of boring old white guys hitting a ball with a giant stick.
You can watch dads doing their thing that keeps them in their dad bod, or you can watch the thing that the golfers would rather be watching because, they're all horny old men.
Really? They would just sit there and just watch instead of playing golf?
Yeah, I think so. I think when they get like into their little golf carts and they put on their iPhone or their Android or whatever, they're tuning into the beach volleyball. I think that's what propels them to the next hole.
Are they fueled by boners?
Yeah, fueled by boners, propelled to the next hole. Lots of innuendo, a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have you.
So yeah, we watched some beach volleyball. Although I don't know if there's any beach volleyball ladies listening. I apologize, but well, I guess it doesn't really benefit you to be buxom in that sport.
Probably not. It's probably like the Amazons. I think the Amazons invented beach volleyball. They amputated.
You mean the Amazonians?
Amazonians. They amputated.
The Amazons are the jungles.
Okay. The Amazonians. I think they took off one boob to be better at archery, and I think they just were like, you know what?
Let's took it off. What is it like?
What I hear.
What are they, robots?
No, I think they cut it off. They cut off.
They're like self-mastectomies.
I believe so.
Holy shit!
At least that's the common the sort of common belief. So much so that in the very well done comic book series Y: The Last Man, which
is Y, the letter Y, the last man.
Letter Y, the last man, and he and his capuchin monkey are the last male mammals on the planet. and they are pursued at times by Amazonian. They're called Amazons in that book. So you're gonna have to file a grievance with Brian K. Vaughan.
I'm going to. I'm typing it up right now.
And they all slice off one breast so they can be better at shooting arrows in the apocalypse. Because that's what they believed the ancient Amazonians
slam
did.
dance cosmopolis.
So what I'm saying is, I think
enlighten the populace.
The Amazonians may have invented beach volleyball because once you chop off one boob, why not chop off both?
Yeah, so it's like balanced. You don't want a goddamn Picasso boob.
So you're saying that you found
that the beach volleyball ladies were a little less they were a little lacking in the breast department
than
your average run of the mill lady.
Fair enough. I noted today my kids are home. They're done with school, and we were sitting watching the TV, and
the TV
NBC was on, and there was an ad for the Rio Olympic Games, which start at the beginning of August. And that is one of the sports I'd like to watch. Not
because you just want to oogle young ladies.
I mean, like I like an athletic woman, like and watching them play is crazy. Like I don't understand anything about fucking tennis, but I watched tennis for 20 or 30 minutes a weekend or two ago, and just watching, I think it was, I don't know if it was Venus Williams or Serena Williams. They're twins. I think I can be forgiven for not knowing.
Are you saying that all black people look the same?
They're twins. That's why I said they're twins.
I don't believe you.
At any rate, it was one of them versus I forget. I want to say she was British, but I could be totally wrong. And just watching the amount, how hard you have to hit that fucking ball, and how quick you have to move. I knew nothing about what was going on, but I was appreciative of the athletic skill, and I think it's the same with beach volleyball.
I can't wait for the trampolining event.
So my computer came back.
No, I'm serious. There is a trampolining event in the Olympics. There was last Summer Olympics.
Trampolining.
You jump on a fucking trampoline.
And do what?
I don't know.
How do they score you?
I have no idea.
You watched this last time.
Yes, and I have no clue how you fucking do well at it.
Male and female? Or is it just a female sport?
I think it was men that were on.
Oh, okay.
It's so because it would just be the end of the man show.
Was it part of the gymnastics competition?
No, it was just jumping on a trampoline.
Trampolining.
Because they went really high. Maybe that's how they score them. Yeah. How high you go.
I would imagine. Jump. I would imagine it's got to be
because it can't be
form.
for style. I don't know.
Maybe it's got to be a little bit of style, right? Like you get high enough, like that is just a matter of figuring out gravity and where to bounce and whatnot. But don't you have to have a bit of style, like a bit of it, like how well you split in the air and do you land properly? I mean, that's how they do all the gymnastics.
You got to do that thing where you land like the reclining Buddha.
Oh yeah, maybe or maybe you do the superhero landing this year. Maybe that's how you get the gold.
Yeah,
superhero landing. You see Deadpool? I can't remember if we talked about that.
I did see Deadpool.
Okay, we probably talked about it.
Look at episode probably about 20 episodes ago.
Yeah, something like that. Those movies come out way fucking faster. We were in Target today.
And you were like, ooh, I want to get the Blu-ray.
No.
Extra bonus features.
I have not gotten Deadpool yet. I'm torn about whether I need to own a copy. But I saw something for Zootopia. Which is now out on digital.
We finally did get to watch it on.
I want to hear your
on demand.
On demand. And it came out on March 4th in theaters. I think it's March 4th, or thereabouts. And it's already by the beginning of June, 3 months later, out on Blu-ray and DVD. And Deadpool was similar. I think Deadpool was middle of February, and by
it was around Valentine's Day. I think
by May it was out. So this turnaround time is nuts.
Well, they can't have them not come out quickly anymore. It's
Yeah.
just like, I mean, I think the problem before was logistic of generating the VHS copies,
Right. Yeah.
which probably was a lot more labor intensive than pressing a DVD,
Probably,
or
yeah.
putting it onto a fucking streaming service.
Yeah. Which is why the digital versions are always out first. So
Day one digital.
let me ask you this:
What?
You saw Zootopia? What'd you think?
I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Little bunny cop.
Well,
Bunny cop movie.
Yeah. Although don't call her cute.
Yeah, I know
Remember?
that's racist.
A bunny can call a bunny cute, but when Officer Clawhauser tries to do it, not so good.
Well, you know what? You know, the ham-handed racism message was received. I got it. I understood.
We watched it on Friday night with the kids, and my parents hadn't seen it, and it was a good time. I like
your dad didn't have anything to say.
No, I think
he didn't pick up on the
probably
on
not.
the very subtle racism
probably not. No, it probably
message that
went right over his head. No, it was or if he got it, he didn't say anything about it. No,
which is that is the fucking miracle. The first time your dad didn't say something about something. Sorry, Earl. I didn't mean to insult you. If you're ever listening,
yeah. I don't know if they listen, but I got a bone to pick.
A bone to pick with me?
A bone to pick. No. I'm gonna try to be as nice about this as possible because it's my family.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
Last Monday, I was involved in a conversation that I don't want to get into the details of the conversation. It was a little tense because things were tense between me and the person having it. But I think there are people in my family who, because I have a generally exasperated nature. Like I just generally am exasperated. But like life stresses me out.
Agreed.
Right? You know this. My wife knows this. My friends know. Life stresses me out, and I think
sometimes I'll push your buttons, but sometimes I'll try to talk you off a ledge. You know, I'm good like that.
I think that my general exasperatedness, for whatever reason, they get the impression that me coming over here to do this show is stressful, and it's not. I love doing
It's the exact opposite.
It's the exact fucking opposite. And so, like, this person says to me, makes some offhanded comment, and then, like, every once in a while, my family would be like, yeah, you know, look, you could tell Steve, you know, you don't want to do it this week or what. And I'm like, no, listen. I get to like sit here in front of a microphone and be stupid for an hour. and
well, sometimes you have some very salient points, Chris.
Sometimes.
Or sometimes you
At
just
any rate,
try to make dick jokes so hard.
So I had a conversation where I got some tough love from that person on early in the week, and then later in the week I went out for lunch with a friend of mine, and I got some tough love from him about the way I've been approaching my writing career and whatnot. But you know, there's a big difference between people who understand you and have sympathy for who you are and what you do.
You want to take a break, Chris? Is this your way of saying?
No, you
want a break. We got one more till 100.
No, what I'm saying is I have friends and some family members.
Fuck you, no way.
Who understand me, and it was refreshing to realize that not everybody misunderstands my general state of stress.
And I try every once in a while.
And I try
to get you to have fun.
Oh my God, do I try?
Jesus.
I try all the time.
You remember the Bloodhound Gang?
I do remember the Bloodhound Gang. The roof is on fire.
See, I don't know if I like them or not.
Okay.
Because it's like their songs were catchy, and I sort of enjoyed listening to them at the time.
Yes.
But I don't know if I could go back and listen to it now and have it be as good, if not the same.
There's a song
feeling.
I want to call "Stuck in a Closet with Chasey Lane," but that's not what it's called. That's a mashup of an Al Yankovic, of a Weird Al song.
And it was Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White, yeah.
But there's something about like Chasey Lane, who at the time was an adult film actress I was aware of.
At the time, are you not aware of her anymore?
I'm not aware of what she's up to these days.
Probably not adult filming anymore.
No. But she made a cameo appearance in the video for that, and
Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White.
Stuck in a Closet with Chasey Lane. Title. No. So I feel the same way about their songs. I don't know if I could go back and listen to any of them. It was not the album with Fire, Water, Burn on it that I owned. I ended up getting whatever that like follow-up album was, which was a time at which, oh God, I was listening to music like that. I was subscribed to both Playboy and Maxim.
So you were just a bro.
I was a total bro at that point. When was that?
That was I think probably around your freshman sophomore year of college.
No, this is after college and
way.
And me
so maybe 98?
Oh God, what is
I think it would be 98 for Bloodhound Gang.
Bloodhound Gang.
Either 98 or 99.
Maybe 99. I mistyped. Bloodhound Gang. What was the fucking album? The Bad Touch was the song. Hooray for Boobies was the name of it. 2000.
2000. Wow.
2000. So it's post college for me, pre-marriage. And
so you're just getting.
I guess I was.
You're just getting nudie magazines and listening to. Was that did that have the Mammals song?
That one had the Bad Touch, and it had the Ballad of Chasey Lane. That's what it was called. The Ballad
Not Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White.
Yeah. Lap Dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. 10 coolest things about New Jersey.
We're just listing songs this week.
Yeah, no, let's stop that.
Well, Two Live Crew songs were a little bit better.
A little bit better. They are an interesting thing because I really liked the songs then, but I think they might still be in my iTunes library. Are they there? Let's see. They're on Apple Music.
I hope so. Maybe we could listen to some after the show.
Yeah. And they had a song on the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back soundtrack.
Which was that? What song was that?
Let's see. What song?
You have the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Jackass. Yes, because I was at. This is a good segue.
Yes, it is. I was trying not to mention it.
Yes.
So you had that Because I Got High. You really wanted that song?
No.
Because you smoke so much pot.
Oh my God! Never smoked pot in my entire life. Which is
could have fooled me.
Which is fucking weird. Well, so this brings us to an email we received, which also brings me to a question that we've kind of already started talking about. But
Ron and Fez, the show of the future, presents electronic mail sent electronically.
Email. I gotta get all those sound clips in one place so I can actually like get strong bad
email
typing here, but not this week. Maybe next time.
Maybe
in 5 episodes. You know, when we reach year 2. So we got an email from friend of the show Matt. Subject: Kevin Smithsonian.
I read this email twice, and I could not make fucking sense of it. I don't understand. Like, Matt, your writing style is interesting, and your questions are peculiar.
All right, so Kevin Smithsonian. He belongs in a museum, which I believe is a Kevin Smith quote. Maybe.
I don't know.
Although I'm not 100% sure. But I believe Matt's contention here is that Kevin Smith belongs in a museum. All right, I think that's the first sentence.
Maybe he is a museum.
Maybe he's gotten that large that he could.
No, he's not large anymore.
Oh, because he's smoking all the pot.
You're confusing him with John Candy, who's dead.
Oh, could we trade Kevin Smith for John Candy?
I don't know. Would that be a good trade?
That's a good question.
Because I think John Candy died around the time that Kevin Smith came to prominence with Clerks.
Are you suggesting a conspiracy here?
Yes.
Is this
he
like
stole his soul,
like Air Force, like shooting over our heads, dropping chemicals on us, kind of conspiracy?
Yes, the very same
people responsible for the chemtrails are the people who swapped John Candy.
I have a sad story
Kevin
to
Smith.
inject in the middle of this email. On my walk today, I usually take a walk at my lunch.
Yeah.
I found a baby bird on the sidewalk.
That's not nice.
That I think fell out of its nest.
Oh.
And so what I did, well, me and the person I was walking with,
Yeah.
we got a couple of leaves because we didn't want to touch the bird because that's like that makes the mother
disgracing
hate
dead.
the bird, I think.
Oh.
So we got a couple of leaves or like these like sort of palm.
Yeah.
They weren't palm leaves, but they were stronger than your average maple leaf or oak leaf.
Right.
That would be on the ground at this time of year. Or not this time of year.
I know what you meant.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Unless you're listening this in the fall, in which case, yes, that time of year. So we got a couple things, and we kind of put it into the grass. But on our next lap, we came by, and it was dead. It did not survive.
Oh, poor baby bird.
And I was pretty sad, but I was just like, we tried. We got it out of the sidewalk over the hot like sidewalk, whatever, asphalt, whatever, concrete, and we put it into the grass in the hopes that it would survive, but it wasn't.
Valiant effort, all for naught.
Well, hopefully it won't be there tomorrow. Yeah. Small animal ate it. So here's
tastes like chicken.
Well, it's a bird. We eat birds. I had bird just before you got here. I ate a bird.
A pheasant?
No.
Chicken?
It was a chicken.
It was a chicken. Turkey?
It was from Market Basket, so who knows?
No.
I'm just kidding, Market Basket. You know me.
You know. Yeah, you don't want them to stop giving you your cookies.
I know, right? Well, sometimes they don't have my fucking cookie.
Maybe it's because you say things like that.
Well, they don't listen.
They're listening to the show. We spent a lot of time talking about Market Basket when we first started.
Did we do hashtags?
I don't know if we did hashtags, but maybe they're out there searching. They're saying this podcast was supportive of us, but now Steve's shit talking,
saying
no fucking cookies this week. But sir, that means nobody else will get any cookies too. Well, fuck him. It's fucking Steve's fault. If somebody comes in and says, why aren't there any cookies? We say,
they don't know which one I'm going to. They're not going to put any cookies in any Market Basket.
That's the way it goes. You are responsible for the dearth of cookies throughout the entire Market Basket market.
All right. Finish the fucking email.
Also, in the episode, because it's sort of like... That's such a long
no, read the first sentence again so we can get context.
All right. Kevin Smithsonian. He belongs in a museum. Also, in the episode where I had the pleasure of lending my opinions, I'm 90% sure Stevie was as a defender of the Kev. So what is it, Stevie Trump? Which side of the coin are you on?
No, don't call me Stevie Trump, dink. Just because I said it would be interesting to see how much Trump could fuck up the country doesn't mean that I am Stevie Trump and on the Trump bandwagon.
It will be interesting, will it?
It would be interesting.
Come November, I don't know. We'll see how you think. So I was so which is it, Steve? Are you a Kevin Smith fan or has your opinion of him evolved over the years?
Yeah. It has definitely evolved over the years. I was a Kevin Smith fanboy. I could easily say that from Clerks to
what? Yeah, this Clerks, is the interesting thing is what's the cutoff?
I guess from Clerks to about Dogma. I guess I think that was the last one that I was like, yeah. You on the other hand, not so much for Dogma. Oh wait, maybe even Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I didn't like Dogma, but then I continued to watch them, and I liked some of the other ones.
Jay and Silent Bob was
it was goofy. Like I hate Will Ferrell, but otherwise, like that's a great goofy movie.
Yeah, it's like almost like the Goofy movie.
Yeah, almost.
Which I've never seen.
I've never seen it either. Oh wait, you know what? Maybe I did see it back then. I feel like we had that on VHS. I was a little old for it, but maybe my cousins were around and my younger cousins, and we had to watch it.
I've been told it's good. I think Becky said it was good.
Goofy.
So maybe I need to check it out sometime.
See, I find this question interesting because I was listening to a podcast on the way over, and they were having a similar conversation of like, you know, maybe there's like a band. I think they were talking about bands specifically, but like a band that you really liked, and their example was Weezer, that they really liked the first 2 albums, and then time went on, and they still defend Weezer, but they got to a certain point where they listened to I don't know what album, and they had to go back and think, was I wrong about this band? Were the first couple anomalies, or were they all terrible? And I wonder whether or not that's what I feel like happened to me with Kevin Smith. I think I don't know what movie kind of triggered it, or just if his like internet personality is what triggered it for me. But it really did make me go back and look at all of them and say, did I really like them as much as? Well,
I think it's part of. I think it's part of our youth, like Clerks and Mallrats, and Chasing Amy.
Yeah,
like the first 3 there.
Yeah,
were part of, like, you know, I'm a little teeny. Well, not.
Yeah,
I'm a couple of years younger than you,
right.
So I think it's more part of my youth than because like you were at the point you were already in college when I think Chasing Amy came out, right?
Yeah, Chasing Amy was my like sophomore year of college, I think, or maybe junior year.
Yeah, because I remember. Like, because we were driving at that point,
right.
So we drove to the cinema.
Yeah,
we actually drove to Burlington to go see it. But yeah, I mean, I remember seeing Mallrats in the theater at the Route 3.
Yeah,
like, although we shouldn't have been.
Shouldn't have been there. Yeah, it was. It's 95. I was 17, but you weren't 17.
Yeah, we were 15.
Yeah.
I remember going there once to see an R-rated movie. I remember. I think it was me and Kyle, and don't make the joke about his name again.
Not gonna. I thought it, but I'm not gonna say
it. We rode our bikes to the Route 3 cinema, and to go see the Jerky Boys movie. And I think this was like 1992.
Yeah.
So we were like 13 years old.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Are you guys 18?" We're like, "No." And they said, "Here's your ticket."
We respect your honesty. We wouldn't have had to be 18. You had to be 17, right?
Yeah, but we weren't. Yeah. We weren't that either. We were 13.
Right.
We were in middle school. We were riding our bikes there.
That was
although, like, apparently, you know, hipsters ride bikes now and not cars. So
that was the wake up call for me. I was in college, and this must have been. God, what was it? The first couple of months of must have been the first couple of months of freshman year of college. Showgirls came out, and I drove down from Haverhill, from Bradford, to Lawrence, which was the nearest theater that was playing it. But I was not yet 18. It wasn't 18, and so I went in.
I thought it was NC-17.
No children 17 and under.
Oh,
I was 17. I thought exactly what you just thought. I thought it was the same as R, which like what would be the fucking point of it being the same as R? No, you have to be.
Blows, by the way. Don't bother watching it.
It's a great campy movie.
No, it's not. There are great like Nothing But Trouble. The movie I mentioned earlier is a great campy movie that you're just like, what the fuck? Like you are constantly saying, what the fuck is happening?
Showgirls only really works in this weird world that I have invented in which I have to think about what other roles people have played. And I know other people do this, but I really do. I really like, I forget what movie was on the other day where I just like kept identifying, you know, this person's in this movie, this person's in that movie. And
what family. What else did Elizabeth Berkley do besides Saved by the Bell?
That's it. Saved by the Bell. And then later on she did, there were a couple other movies, I think. But she was on Dancing with the Stars later on. I think that's it.
Are they scraping the bottom of the battle?
The bottom
barrel?
The bottom of the battle.
Bottom of the battle. That might be
better than whatever the earlier one was. I don't know.
Wow, Waterloo. That's a segue for a little bit. For a little
bit later. So
depending on how much time we have.
Yeah, no. We might want to get to it soon. So, did I finish my computer story?
No.
Yeah. not that we should to close the loop on that. My computer came back, and
we didn't finish the email either, or did we?
No, we finished the email.
I forgot how short it was and nonsensy.
And I think we've talked enough about Kevin Smith. I mean, I think you reevaluate stuff like that because it is.
I mean, I saw what was it, Tusk, the one with the
I didn't
walrus?
see Tusk. Yeah,
it was.
I saw Red State. That was the last one I saw.
I saw Red State as well, and he's fascinated with that actor. I forget.
Justin Long.
No. The older guy.
Yeah. He is fascinated with that guy. He thinks he's the greatest thing since.
And so he has like very long pontificating speeches.
Yeah.
That guy can deliver, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
That was one of the parts of Red State that I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Can this stop now?
Yep. And I think I was saying the last time we talked about this that I was in a theater in Boston watching it with Kevin Smith somewhere up in the balcony, and then he did a whole Q&A afterwards. So my experience of Red State is kind of colored by the fact that I saw it in a theater with the director who then Q&A'd it with us.
He said, "This is why I had him talk."
This is why I had him talk for.
He was talking for literally almost like a half an hour straight.
Yeah.
Giving this sermon or whatever, and I'm like, please, for the love of God, Fred Phelps or whatever the hell you're supposed to be. Not Fred Phelps.
Not Fred Phelps. Yeah, he makes a point of the only thing that I walked out of Red State with the anecdote that I still share is sometimes in creative writing classes is that Kevin Smith said he figured out the way to avoid getting sued by the Westboro Baptist Church. He talked to lawyers, is to acknowledge that the Westboro Baptist Church is a separate entity in his universe. So that's why there's one line in Red State that references that the Westboro Baptist Church is not the church that is the subject of the movie.
They did the same thing on Law and Order. Because they were like talking about some evangelical fuckwad. I don't think they use that word. That's my word, not theirs.
That's yours. Yeah.
I have opinions, and then I'm entitled to them.
You are entitled to them.
But yeah, they were talking about something like that, and then they mentioned that there's the Westboro Baptist Church, which is not this thing. They did the same thing on Law and Order. Mm-hmm. That's what at the beginning of because I'm a fan of the Law and Order, like the SVU one.
Yeah.
And I'll watch like the episodes of it like as they come out on Hulu or whatever. And like at the beginning of every episode, they say this show is not based on real events. It's a work of fiction.
Right.
And they keep on having like things like that are just pulled from the headlines, like stories.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay. And then there was they had the Gamergate one, and then they had Ice-T explaining fucking like online video gaming to the audience, and I did air quotes there.
Jesus.
I don't know why people are watching it, but
Ice-T.
It was bad. It was a really bad episode, as most of them are. It's just that's one of my guilty pleasures is to watch the Law and Order. I keep on calling it the Law and Order.
The Law and Order. The Law and Order. The SVU.
But is USA still a channel?
I don't know.
Okay, because I remember on many occasions of just being hungover with some friends and whatnot, and just being flicking.
Yeah.
Back when you used to flick through channels.
Yes, back in the day.
And then there'd be like a Law and Order SVU marathon on
like USA
or something, and then we'd just be sitting and watching it all day until we shook off the hangover so we could do something else.
I can't go in for the police procedural, so I don't know. It's never my thing.
Dun 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 dun.
And most sitcoms, as we've discussed, Friends is pretty much the only sitcom that I dig.
See, at around the same time, like news radio was on. Mm-hmm. And I would watch because what was it? Thursday night was like must see TV.
Yeah, must see TV.
And I think they were both on the same night. And I remember watching Friends, but I remember liking news radio a hell of a lot more.
Oh yeah, I mean the thing is like I'm sure if I were to watch anything from that period, it would suit my sensibilities today way more than Friends does. But Friends remains my guilty pleasure. Like it just
Plus News Radio had like fantastically funny people on it.
Yeah.
Even though like Dave Foley is known for being on The Kids in the Hall and being like, you know, pretty well. Actually, he was very often the straight guy. Well, you know, Scott Thompson,
so to speak.
The straight man in the group. Just, you know, being so that he played it well on News Radio. But you know, we had Phil Hartman.
Is Jane Kaczmarek on? No. She was on something else.
I forget who else was on.
Anyway,
Joe Rogan was on there.
I mean, I don't want to sort of try to
Fear Factor in like UFC announcing Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I don't want to say Friends was the best sitcom ever invented, but I loved and enjoyed Friends a hell of a lot more than I enjoyed Seinfeld, and you know, that's my cross to bear.
So we did Escape Room on Saturday.
Yes.
Have you ever done an escape room?
No.
So basically, we should do it sometime.
You have to explain. Is the title say it all, or
basically yes. Yeah. It's like you get some friends together and you go into a room.
Okay.
That this company runs, and they have a bunch of puzzles in there.
Okay.
And you have to figure out the puzzles to find your way out of the room.
Okay.
Now, you can get out of the room anytime you want. There's like a red button. You just
just hit it and you're out.
Like if you have to like take a massive duker and you don't want to shit in the room, you can leave.
You can hit the red button.
But as they told us before we started, that does not count as escaping the room.
Okay.
So yeah, we almost got there. We had like this puzzle that we had to, or it was like a word puzzle that we had to figure out for the last clue.
Right.
Figure out the combination for the last lock, and we couldn't. We screwed up, I think, one or two things, and it wasn't, the word wasn't making sense. Mm-hmm. We didn't find like 2 or 3 of the clues. Yeah. Hopefully they don't use this one again, but the clue was Waterloo, which is why I was singing it earlier. And then I realized how clever it was later on in the evening when we were walking down the street, and I'm like, Waterloo, couldn't escape if I wanted to. And I'm like, fuck you.
I see what they did there.
So basically, the last clue was Waterloo, and the combination was 1815, which was the year that the Battle of Waterloo took place. Good old Trafalgar D. Waterloo.
Napoleon blown apart.
Yes. Because he had an appendicitis.
No, I heard Napoleon blown apart. I think in the Aerosmith autobiography, they talked about like being Napoleon blown apart on cocaine, maybe? I don't know. Napoleon blown apart was like a Steven Tyler-ism about
exploding people?
About doing crack or doing cocaine. There's a band that I have reevaluated here and there. I was a huge Aerosmith fan.
Here's my theme song to Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Here we are, and it's Downtown Abbey.
Apropos of nothing. I mean, I know
people don't know why I'm singing this song, but fuck them.
I mean, we're not. When is Downton Abbey? Does that usually Sunday nights?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like we're not recording on the night that Downton Abbey is on.
Downtown Abbey.
Downtown. When we go downtown.
Do you remember the episode of Seinfeld where George...
I don't, because I've never watched Seinfeld.
Fuck you! You've never watched Seinfeld. Must see TV.
I watched the last episode. That was the only
which was
episode
garbage.
I see.
Garbage.
I watched it. I was like, I want to see what all the fuss is about. And
the fuss was it was great until that episode.
I don't know. Well, you gotta finish strong.
They didn't. They.
That's not my problem.
That was like the finale of Seinfeld was an uncharacteristic hiccup.
That's why I read the last page first. I read the last page of books to see if I want to bother going to the end. And so I watched the last Seinfeld and I say, you know what? Maybe someday there'll be some magical box and service that I can watch all the Seinfeld I want. So I want to know right now, do I want to bother when that magical service comes to me?
I'm going to make you sit down and watch a couple episodes.
Yeah, somebody the other day
there's an episode
said they were going to make me sit down and watch Buffy. And
I'm already into season 3 now.
Yeah.
But like, okay, there was an episode where George was was talking to his boss, and his boss goes into the bathroom.
Yes.
And George does not follow him into the bathroom.
Is his boss George Steinbrenner at this point?
It's George Steinbrenner's assistant. So he
Okay.
was working for the Yankees.
Okay.
So his
See,
boss,
I know a little bit about it.
Yeah, so his boss comes out of the bathroom, and then he says, "So you're going to take care of that for me?" And he's just like, yeah, because like I was there in the bathroom and I listened to everything you said.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he asks, because like they just have a conversation. They just had a conversation about him having to repeat himself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so George is like, "What was it that you said again?" And he's like, "George, come on, it's like the song says." And he starts singing or says something about the downtown song. And so George is trying to puzzle out what his boss asked him to do by listening to that song. And so it's like him and Jerry at the diner, like talking the lyrics of that song.
I see. So that's
And
how
they-
you know the song.
Yes. Well, that's how that's the thing that pops into my head when I hear
okay.
that song, and not Lost. Like
I
you.
see Juliet burning the muffins. Yeah.
Beginning of season 3.
Beginning of season 3, first episode I ever saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, no particular reason. I knew everyone was watching it, but I think it started in 2004. I don't know what I was doing those first couple years. I remember catching, because we were watching Desperate Housewives, and I remember catching the last minute or so of the very first season finale because we tuned in
When
early.
they blew open the hatch?
Yes, and I remember seeing that shot of the camera going down the hatch and staring up at Locke and Jack. But that I sort of saw that moment, and then we watched Desperate Housewives and went on with our lives. And then a couple years later, we had the kid, first kid, and my sister-in-law was over, and for whatever reason, I was like, I'm gonna watch this, and I watched that third season opener or part of it, and I said, "Oh, this is really interesting." And that was when I got a couple DVDs of the first 2 seasons from my pal John and watched them well.
Yeah, the only
ill.
season I didn't watch live was the first.
Yeah.
I started before the second season premiere, and I watched that one live.
Yeah.
With Desmond.
Oh, a lot of my favorite characters don't show up until later on. Like Desmond. I love Desmond and I love Juliet. Like those were a lot of the
Juliet
early
was part
characters.
of the others.
Yeah, a lot of the early characters I couldn't have given 2 shits about for a long time. Like I really hated it. Initially. Why are we talking about Lost? Initially, I couldn't stand any time there was a Sun and Jin episode. And
Because you're racist and you hate Asians.
The most recent time I watched it, I was just like enthralled with every Sun and Jin storyline.
So you're less racist now, is what you're saying.
Maybe.
It looks like Zootopia worked.
I guess so. So was the escape room fun?
Yes, we did not succeed, but we had a lot of fun, and I would definitely do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll give you guys a free plug.
Yeah.
Escape the Room in Boston. Check it out if you want to get like maybe I think 8 or 10 people together. If you have less than that, I think you get teamed up with strangers. But
Which is never fun.
Well, sometimes it could be fun if they're cool strangers. If they're not, then it's like
it's like getting on a ride at like Disney World, and where you have almost enough people to fill up the ride car yourself, and they're like, "Hey, can you take one?" Yeah,
Yeah, it's always weird jerking that guy off.
Yeah. Oh, there's a few different things that are on the list here that we could use the last 7 minutes of the show with, but I'm not sure which of them.
Grab bag, Chris.
Grab
just pick
bag.
one.
All right. So let me quickly finish the computer story. My computer came back.
Have you finished the computer story?
I've tried once or twice. My computer came back. It was all nice and zippy because they put an
Your computer came back the very next day.
They put an SSD drive in it. They fixed what was apparently a failing hard drive. And it was all copacetic. I was loading it up, and then I happened to click on Photo Booth on my Mac. You ever use Photo Booth? It's the one where you open it up and it gives you all sort of funhouse effects on your face using.
Yes, that's what I use to take pictures of my taint.
Does it look better when you do it that way?
What the?
Like when you do like the little kaleidoscope of your taint, and like.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for the kids.
Well,
it's hard to tell what it is. I mean, it's just like the skin in between my balls and my assholes.
When you put the kaleidoscope on it.
Yeah, it could be my armpit. If my armpit were a taint.
Opened up that app, and I saw a thing I've never seen before. It said no camera connected, and I looked up at the top of my Mac. It's an iMac, and there's my camera. And I look down, and it says no camera connected. Look up.
How are we going to FaceTime with people, Chris?
I don't know. So I looked it up online. There's a couple possible software problems. I tried to fix those software problems, and I said, these fuckers, who I'm not going to say the name of them because they did stellar work, and they've got generally a good reputation, but they
were such fuckers.
They were such fuckers that they fucked up a part of my computer that I hardly even use. And now for the last 2 days, including all through Father's Day, when I was building a pool with my family, an above-ground pool.
Wait, I have a joke.
Get me that in a second. All through the last 48 hours, I've been obsessing over this stupid thing that I don't use all that much, to the point where today I called the company. They were willing to pay for shipping there and back, expedite the shipping and all that. And at the last minute, a friend of mine was like, why don't you try your IT department at your job? And I called them, and they're like, yeah, we can do that. It might take like 30 minutes. So I don't have to ship it back to Chicago.
Yay! Why is there like their service hub in Chicago?
It's this particular place did the SSD upgrade. The addition of the SSD is kind of an unconventional thing in my particular computer. So they're one of the only places that does it. And I could have bought a kit to do it myself, but I tend to fuck computers up when I try to fix them myself. So I did not, and I sent it out to Chicago, and yeah. So either they fucked it up, or somewhere in shipping the cable got fucked up. But anyway, so yeah, I was thinking about that a lot yesterday on Father's Day when we were building a pool, which was quite a thing. You ever built a pool? No. Never built a pool.
But this is from the late great Mitch Hedberg.
John Candy?
No.
Oh.
Mitch Hedberg. And I'll try to do it justice.
Okay.
I saw a commercial for an above ground pool. It was 30 seconds long because that's the maximum amount of time you can picture yourself having fun in an above ground pool.
It's been a lot of fucking work. We didn't do it right, according to like everybody. Although according to the instructions, it was fucking hot out. We laid down a bed of sand, which the instruction manual says not to do, but every other person we know who has this pool has done exactly that. We laid it out close to the house, maybe closer to the house than we're supposed to. I don't know.
Well, if it does burst open, it's all going to go somewhere, right?
All got to go somewhere, I guess. Because you're supposed to not use an extension cord with the plug. So we didn't. We put it close enough that we could it just, ugh.
Did the girls have swimming lessons? They good
Kaylee
swimmers?
has had a few years of swimming lessons. Melody hasn't, so we need to get Melody swimming lessons.
Get her up there to Freeman Lake.
We went there on we went to the closer one, Hart Pond, on Friday.
You mean what the fuck did it used to be called?
I don't remember. I don't remember. But we went there on Friday because Kaylee had a pool party. And Melody wanted to go swimming. So we got to get her some lessons. It's
Baptist Pond?
Yes, I think so.
They changed it to Heart because they don't want to have religion involved.
Fuck the Christians. Throw them to lions. That's what I say. Anton Yelchin.
But how do you really feel?
Anton Yelchin. You know who that is?
No.
He played...
Is this curveball?
He played Chekhov.
I forgot about that guy.
The two most recent Star Trek.
Well, I imagine he's in the third one too.
Yes, and he died in a freak accident the other day.
I hope it wasn't autoerotic asphyxiation.
It was auto.
I wish I could.
I don't think it was erotic.
Talk though.
Apparently. So let's see. My dad told me about this this morning. Actor
in between
Anton,
some sort of racist rant.
He did mention that the guy was Russian, or had an accent. Actor Anton Yelchin, known for his roles in Star Trek and Alpha Dog, was killed early Sunday morning after getting pinned.
Hold the phone. Mm-hmm. He was not known for his role in Alpha Dog.
No. Was killed.
I mean, no offense to the deceased, but I'm sorry.
Or to Alpha Dog.
What was Alpha Dog?
I don't know. He was killed early Sunday morning after getting pinned by his own car. Yelchin's friends...
What?
Let me finish.
All right.
Yelchin's friends became alarmed because he was supposed to meet them hours earlier for a rehearsal. They went to his San Fernando Valley home at around 1 a.m. and found him pinned between
There was something in the air that night, the stars so bright, San Fernando.
They found him pinned...
laughing. You're reading a eulogy
to do a
here.
Lightning round, and I don't know why I brought up a death in the lightning round. They went to a San Fernando. They went to his San Fernando Valley home at around 1 a.m. and found him pinned between his car and a brick mailbox, which was attached to a security gate. Law enforcement tells us the engine was running when his body was discovered and the car was in neutral. The driveway was on a fairly steep incline. It's unclear why he got out of the car. He was 27.
That's young.
He was 27. He
Wasn't
was not
that
a rock star. Does he not know that only rock stars die at 27?
Or just a bunch of people.
I heard the worst possible fucking joke about this morning, and of course
San Fernando.
Somebody followed it up with a too soon question mark, and that was he wearing a red shirt?
Yes. Yeah. Because he's a Star Trek.
No, he's a Star Trek guy. They've been voting on some amendments. That
do we really have to talk about this today?
We don't have to talk about that.
Let's save it for episode 100.
100.
Where we can just do a big
political gab fest.
Yeah, political gab fest about the guns and whatever else.
And the Trumps and the Clintons, the Clintonians.
Right before, a little bit earlier before you got here, I was watching the guys at Red Letter Media. I'm giving them a free plug again.
Why not?
I wish they would listen to this and then
fuckers
and then plug us every once in a while. Not literally. But yeah, they're doing this new series called Review, and they were talking about Independence Day.
Oh,
like the original, not the one that's coming out this coming Friday. Well, I think it's Independence Day. Resurgence or Revengeance.
Resurgenando.
Renando. Don't kill it, Chris. They were talking about how terrible that movie is. And are you in the camp that enjoys that movie?
I enjoyed that movie.
So me too. Like I feel like, you know, I heard everything they said, and I understand. I agree with the things that they were saying.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, like I agree. Well, like, you know, like how, like one of my favorite gags ever is how like incredibly over the top Jewish Judd Hirsch is in that fucking movie.
Yep.
Like it's like, okay, we get it. He's Jewish. I've got the Torah.
He's very, very Jewish in that movie. Yes.
David. I named you a good Jewish name, David. I'm gonna say your name, David, 1,000,000 times, David. But yeah, like everything they were saying, and I'm like, yes, I agree. This is terrible, but I still fucking love that movie. It's just garbage. It is a garbage film, and like everything else that guy has done has been terrible. But for some unknown reason, I just have a special place in my heart.
You know, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday.
Just finish up the line, bud.
I can't.
Do it.
I don't remember the rest.
It's almost the 4th of July. It's the 20th
almost,
of June. Actually, today is the longest day of the year.
Summer solstice.
So it's still light out, and we're recording. It's almost 9 o'clock.
8:44 at the moment. Yeah, and it's still light out.
Wow. So kids tonight, you guys are going to be... Oh, wait, no. Kids don't get to go out by themselves anymore.
No. We live in a nanny state.
Yes. Fuck you and your nanny state.
I love
Independence Day.
Hey, listen, if we lived in a nanny state, wouldn't the kids be allowed to go out? Because, you know, Mary fucking Poppins is in charge?
Just a spoonful of sugar
Helps
makes the show end.
There was some damn thing I was going to say when you were going on your rant about Independence Day, but I don't remember.
I love it. Like,
was.
hey, if you're interested in letting us know how you feel about Independence Day, or in a weird cryptic message that says Steviekins or Stevie Trump or whatever the fuck else you say, just send us an email.
Steve Lurie.
Yeah, that works. Stevie Sanders. He like every time I hear him talk, like, because they did that "Burn Your Enthusiasm" on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
I'm like, he sounds just like fucking Larry David, who sounds just like Judd Hirsch. That's racist.
If you would like to tell us to what your opinion of Independence Day was, how it's changed over the years.
Yeah, if it's got enhanced or dehanced, unhanced.
Or if you'd like to tell us not to talk about politics next time.
Yeah, if you want to like just nip that right in the bud.
Just say fuck no.
Talk about goofy fun shit instead of how liberal commie pinkos you are.
Then you can send that request, that information by email to hot@clarkwoods.com.
Or you could Twitter us. I am at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday. IS Loser. All one word. Tuesday is Loser.
I thought you were going to take that opportunity to make me do it.
No.
You
can do your own.
I am at ECC 1977.
All right, Bud, how are we going to end the show?
I don't know.
We
we should sing a song.
The 99th episode just went by.